everybody. Thank you for joining me again on Circle Back Vintage. This is just going to be a short little video talking about small objects of art that are made in glass. So just some decorative objects. I don't have a formal structure planned out for this, contrary to how I usually do my videos. This one I wanted to be a little bit more informal, see how it goes. We'll see if I can manage to do one of these videos without planning everything out. One of the first pieces that I wanted to talk about is this tulip bud paperweight. I think it is hand blown. You can see at the bottom that it's hand blown. It has all these beautiful little bubbles inside of it. So I'll try to do a close-up. I'm not sure how these are going to look with a close-up. I don't really know anyone who would actually use these as a paperweight because water and paper don't usually mix too well together. Either way, it's a beautiful piece, so I'm sure that the intention is more for this piece just to be on display, maybe on a bookshelf or something along those lines. But I think it's super beautiful. It's got a great design to it. And the next piece that I have is a Masonic cup for toasting. This is a piece, I know it's a little bit hard to see some of the markings on this, but I'll try to do a close-up so that you can see the markings on it. This was a piece that I found at Goodwill. It just really caught my attention, and I thought that it was super cool. And then when I got home, I did a little bit more research on it, and that's when I realized that it is actually super cool. So to give you a little bit of a history on what I learned about it during my quick research, so these are used for toasting, and the base is heavier so that whenever they slam their cups down for a toast, it makes a really loud noise. So typically you'd have wine in this. You can imagine once it's filled up with wine, how gorgeous these markings would actually be with all the Masonic symbolism on it. This piece is an older piece. It is vintage, bordering antique, but it is one of those pieces that I just think is so cool and so well made. And when you hold it, it has a really nice heft to it. And I think it would be really fun to drink out of. Maybe one day I'll drink out of it before I sell it. But yeah, it's just one of those pieces that it was a really exciting piece to find. And next up is a piece of Steuben glass. Generally, you're able to identify Steuben by this bubble that you can see here. I'll try to do a close-up so you can see it. I'm trying really hard not to get my fingerprints all over this glass because I feel like it just wouldn't make for a very pretty video. But you can see that it is hand-etched with Steuben on the bottom. But again, just another tulip bud vase that'd be really gorgeous. Just another cool piece. So those three items are available for sale at circlebackvintage.com. And I have two other pieces that I wanted to show you that I have found in the past a couple of years and have just decided to keep for myself because they are absolutely too cool to sell at this time. So this is a lead crystal mushroom. It is made by Wedgwood in England. I do collect Alice in Wonderland things, especially Alice in Wonderland Christmas themed things. So this is one of those pieces that I plan to bring out around the holidays for my Christmas decorations. Next up is a glass paperweight that I know absolutely nothing about, but it sits on my windowsill in my bathroom and I stare at it all the time because it is absolutely mesmerizing. I'm not sure if it's going to translate as well on camera, but in person it is absolutely exquisite. I don't know much about it. I don't know if it's Murano. I feel like everybody says that anything that's made out of glass now is Murano, but this is probably just a really nicely made glass paperweight. I'll try to do a close-up of it, and again, I don't know if it's going to do any sort of justice to it, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And then I'll just try to do a top view for you. Pretty stunning in my opinion. Again, something that I do not plan to sell, but that's the joy of finding things when you're going out and about, trying to find things that you can sell, but then also trying to find pieces that bring you joy in your everyday life. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me. Again, this is Crystal with Circle Back Vintage. If you saw anything that you'd like to purchase besides those last two items, those are part of my personal collection, please feel free to visit us at circlebackvintage.com. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye. All right, so thank you so much for joining Chrysanthemum, Muggsy, and I on Circle Back Vintage. Come back and enjoy it again soon. Muggsy wanted to make an appearance. You my good boys. Do you see the treats? Do you see the bribery? To look cute? Look super cute. Thank you again for joining us.